Well, hello, good folks of YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Time for yet another gear review. It's been about 3 years, if I look correctly, since I've done one of these. That's right, time for another DIY guitar kit. I've been so busy fixing other people's guitars and restoring and repairing and parts casters and playing music, I haven't done a guitar kit in forever. And I got some gift cards from Amazon for Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try one. But this time, for the first time ever, I'm not doing a kit from BYOguitar.com, and I'm going to tell you why that is. That's because they didn't offer the kit that I wanted to do, and that's the only reason. BYO is still my favorite place to go. So what do we have here? We have the Fretwire.com P-90 Jazzmaster kit, as it says in the title description. So I have the box right here, already opened, gone through everything, and I'm going to bring up all the pieces and let you guys see what it is, and we will talk about the parts, and actually going to have you guys help me out here a little bit because I'm not sure how I'm going to finish yet. So maybe you guys can give me some insight on that. So let's start off we'll start off with the big thing. Right now we have the body. Now this looks like a 3-piece alder body, and it's got the real true Jazzmaster shape. Unlike some of the other DIY guitar kit Jazzmaster kits, kind of have the Jag Stang kind of look about it. And I'm just not crazy about that shape. I wanted a true Jazzmaster shape, and this definitely has that. We have a swimming pool route, so you can kind of put any pickups you wanted. No route for the rhythm circuit, which is fine with me because I don't ever use it anyway. Just a typical Jazzmaster route down here, so you'll have your switch and volume tone and jack right here. Routed for a Jazzmaster style pickup, tremolo rather, and comes with the pickguard already pre-routed and ready to go. It's for P-90 pickups, which is what I was really excited about because I really wanted to do a Jazzmaster, but like old school P-90s instead of the Jazzmaster pickups. And I'm just a P-90 freak. If you watch my channel, you know that. So that looks really cool. Look at that. Down here we have our neck, which is a maple neck with engineered rosewood fingerboard. On their site they say it's because of the CITES regulations, but it looks like rosewood, looks great. Kind of a Strat headstock instead of a typical Jazzmaster 70 style headstock, which I'm fine with, no problem with that. Neck is straight, kind of a good profile to it. Down here we have our bag of typical parts. I'll go through them all. For starters, we have our typical inexpensive cable that all these kits seem to give with us. We have the arm for the tremolo and an Allen key for truss rod adjustments. Down here we have the neck plate. We have our switch. We have some wires for wiring it up. We have some knobs and even some cheapo strings. Probably won't get used to. Let's see. All right, this is really cool. They have all the screws and parts that you need for the build. The pots, even the capacitor and all that, the bridge post, the screws for your neck plate, pretty much for everything, for the pickguard and everything. But they have them all kind of sectioned off so you can get to them easy. I really like the way they did that. That's a really clean, nice way to do that. I like that. That is cool. We have our tuners, kind of the typical cheap kind of Goto style tuners you get with this. Let me see. Yeah, they feel all right. I'll give them a shot. You know, I'm not a huge proponent of locking tuners anyway, and spending too much money. If they work, they work. You wrap your string right, they work. So that's cool. I will use those. We have 2 of them. 2 P-90 pickups. They're matching. They're the same. It doesn't say neck or bridge, so I think you could just use either one in either position. And finally, we have our bridge down here, which is this is a Tune-O-Matic style bridge, not a typical Jazzmaster style bridge. So, but it looks like an inexpensive one. I don't know if I'll use that. I think I have something better already in my boxes of parts. And down here, wrapped up, we have the trim. Now overall, these parts look like what you'd expect in a kit at this price point. I'll be using certain parts of it, but most of it I won't be. The pots are not going to get used. The switch won't get used. I will try the pickups out because sometimes cheap pickups can surprise you, and I love P-90s, and usually they don't look too bad. So I'm going to try them out. If I don't like them, I'll replace them. The neck plate, I won't be using these knobs. Definitely not the switch. We'll use the wires, to wire it up. That's for sure. The cable will probably get thrown in my box of cables. I'm unsure whether or not I will use the trim. I will mount it and try it. I'm pretty sure it's probably inexpensive and it probably won't stay in tune that great. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I might, upgrade to like a roller bridge at some point if I decide to use that, or I might even hardtail it off. So I haven't decided yet on that. So all the parts. So overall though, it looks pretty good. Now I'll give you my basic first impression of the kit. The biggest plus of this kit is the body. This body looked really great. It's really cleanly routed. It feels it's a good weight. It's not too heavy, not too light. I love it. I mean, it's prepared. It's not ready for finish. You do have to do some sanding. It's a little rough in some spots, so I'm definitely gonna have to do some sanding. But overall, the body is great. The neck fit. The neck fit is really great. That's encouraging. Really love that. So those are the two biggest pluses. Biggest downside I'm finding so far when I first opened it, which is kind of a disappointment because the Fretwire claims that they do fret leveling and crowning and all that stuff. But the frets on this neck were, dare I say, a disaster when I opened it up. The fretboard was extremely dry. I mean, the neck was so dry, but the fret ends were the sharpest fret ends I've ever felt on a DIY guitar kit. And I couldn't believe that. And the frets were most definitely not leveled. It wasn't a lot of frets. There were a couple, there were just a few that needed leveling to get even with, but they were not leveled with each other at all. So I had to do a lot of work. The fret ends were so sharp though, that if I did that just a couple times, it was scratching my fingers. If I did that more than a few times, it could easily cut me. So that was I'm gonna give that a C. So that wasn't as advertised. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the Fretwire.com would have handled that had I contacted them. Like I said, I bought this kit through Amazon, so I'm sure I probably could have contacted them, and they might have done something like that. And I'm going to tell you the only reason why I didn't is because I'm up for the challenge. I really wanted to challenge myself to see if I could take an inexpensive kit and really make it as good as like a custom shop kit, because all I've learned over the past few years. So that's the only reason. Now the neck is great now. I spent the last day or so leveling, crowning, polishing all the frets. I did the whole thing. I took care of those fret ends, which were disastrous, and I can do this right now, and all the fret ends are nice and rolled, and you can't feel nothing. It's smooth as butter. But if this is your first kit, because the price is kind of within that range, not the cheapest kit you can buy, but not the most expensive, that's going to be a big deterrent. So that's probably my biggest gripe about this kit, is not the parts. The parts are what you'd expect. The body's great, is the neck was not in great shape. So my recommendation is, if you get this kit, either contact the Fretwire's customer service and see if they'll replace that, or go to byoguitar.com. I've built a few BYOs, and even their import kits, they're less expensive kits. The frets have, I've had to do some leveling and all that stuff, but nothing as drastic as this. That was bad. So that's a thumbs down. But overall though, my impressions of this kit are a good B. Really great. The neck is straight. The neck looks good. It's not, there's no twist or anything like that. So that is good. That's encouraging. But those frets were, man, they were a disaster. Utter disaster. Now, I was inspired, I'm going to do a little shout out here, by a channel I watch a lot now. This is not solicited or anything. Dan Thompson, Guns and Guitars. I'm a huge fan of his channel. I like the kind of DIY aspect of the way he builds his kits. He's kind of, kind of rogue, just out there. He's not using fancy equipment really. I mean, he's got some, but nothing major. And he built this kit, and I just loved what he did with it. I think he put like an F hole or something in there, and I always loved the way his sounded. and the build that he did. So he kind of inspired me to do this skit. So Dan Thompson, Guns and Guitars, check out his channel. He does some really great stuff. Huge fan, huge fan. So there you have it. So now this is where you guys are going to come in. What do? I don't know what color I'm going to do. I've been thinking one of three things. Either an old school sunburst kind of finish, you know, really jazz, you know, classic jazz master style, or do I go full bore and either go kind of like a gold top, you know, like Les Paul gold top kind of look to it, or kind of a sparkle British racing green. I'm kind of leaning towards the British racing green right now, but I'm not sure. You know, I've never done a full-on can spray finish. I don't have spray equipment, but I'm thinking about challenging myself by doing that, so I just don't know yet. I've got a lot of work to do there before I get that. I have to prep this body and do a lot of sanding and get her ready for paint and all that. It's alder, so I don't have the grain fill, which is great, but she definitely needs some sanding. I've already got some dirt on there, working on it a little bit, so I'm gonna sand all that out, get her nice and smooth, and then I'll decide. But you know, I'm open to your comments. What do you guys think? British Racing Green, Gold Top, or Sunburst? Let me know, and I'm gonna definitely take your comments into consideration. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm so appreciative of all you guys who come to my channel and comment and check out my little channel. I don't make money from this on YouTube. I'm strictly doing this because I have fun. You know, that's why I don't post as much as I used to, because you know, life gets in the way sometimes. You're so busy. But I'm just doing this because I enjoy it, like sharing with you guys, and love hearing from you guys, and I appreciate you so much. So again, thank you guys for watching, and please, if you have a moment, hit subscribe, like below, comment. We'll see you soon.